Hey guys, Brent Abernathy. Welcome to the Family First Life Gulf Coast New Agent Training Call on Thursday afternoon. Hope everybody's having an awesome day so far, and you've already started booking up your calendar with your dial day on Thursday. So, got a guest with us today, Jenny Woppert from Wisconsin. I think Madison, Wisconsin, right, Jenny?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I wanted to have Jenny on today. Jenny's been with us for 7 months, and I just had been watching her activity and her numbers, and they're starting to really increase. And usually when that happens, it's because there's been some sort of change that's happened, a positive change in the person's business. And so I wanted Jenny to get on and kind of talk a little bit about what she's done, because, I mean, just last week, Jenny helped 12 families, right? All in 1 week. And leading up to this point, Jenny, fair to say that that's about the amount of families you were helping in a month, somewhere around that. And you just did it in a week. So talk to me. What, in your opinion, what have you changed? What has led to that success getting there?
Yeah. Well, the main thing really is finding a good schedule. Like, I sat down with Kiefer for a little bit and figured out when I'm going to be doing this, and when I'm also in school and I'm finishing up in May. So I do have to do that as well and find time for that. So just really finding an actual strict schedule and being able to find the right hours of being able to, when I'm dialing, when I'm running appointment, not just doing it whenever I can, because that's what I kind of was doing. And she was like, you can't do that. You have to have a strict schedule. And I finally just listened. I'm just someone who I'm like, I can just figure everything out on my own, and you can't do that in this business at all. You have to ask some questions, and that's what I've been finding myself doing lately, is asking everyone questions about anything that pops in my head, because I'm just I was tired of, like you said, 12 families in a month, and now in a week I'm doing it. I was just tired of it, seeing everyone succeeding and being like, why not? So, and it's just like you said, it's everyone goes through struggles the same, and it's just finding a strict schedule was the main thing, really.
So you're working this part-time while you're in school and stuff, which reminds me of, I know we had a call a few weeks back with Summer down in Texas, who's same deal, in school, and you were doing, it's funny because I'm learning, this is really, I didn't have all this knowledge about you and your business right now up to this point, but you were doing what a lot of new agents do that are trying to work their way into a full-time thing, is they kind of just do this whenever it's convenient or whenever they can get to it or whatever. And that promotes a lot of frustration, and so you and Kiefer talked, which is perfect. It's great. I mean, and you're right. You have to reach out for help in this business. This business is very simple and it's very easy once you grasp a hold of how to do it, right? But it can be frustrating until you grab a hold of how easy it is, if that makes any sense. So you and Kiefer talked. What did you guys talk about? What did you come up with as far as your schedule that is now allowing you that locked in schedule that's now allowing you to have the success that you're having?
Well, we really just talked about Monday and Thursdays are dial days, obviously. And then I'm running appointments Tuesdays, mostly doing school, Wednesday afternoons, running appointments Wednesday morning, and running Saturday, and then doing school on Sunday. So that's my schedule personally. Obviously, every person is going to be different if they're doing it part of reasons. But a full-time agent, obviously, Monday, Thursday dial days, and then running appointments Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. So I'm really trying to obviously run as many appointments as I can as a part-time agent, still trying to be full-time. Obviously in May, I'm going to be going full-time. So I'm just, trying to get there. So, yeah.
So, and I just want to make sure I want to make sure I'm clear, because you broke up a little bit, but so you're dialing Monday, like it sounds like Wednesday is your heavy school day. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So you're dialing Monday and trying to book all day Tuesday appointments. And on Monday, you're also trying to book some morning Wednesday appointments. And then you're dialing Thursday for just Saturday. Is that right?
No, Friday and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday. Okay, got it.
Yep, and then just doing school Sunday.
Okay, so school is Wednesday afternoon and Sunday. Okay. See, and that's Jenny, you started to touch on it. That's the thing. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody has different responsibilities. Whether it's on a part-time basis or even a full-time basis. I mean, it's like, I've got 2 kids. There's plenty of agents that don't have any kids. There's agents who might come from, their family situation might be a split family situation where they only have their kids X amount of days or their work schedule is X amount of days, whatever. Everybody's situation is different. The blanket statement is if you're full-time and you can make it work, the best way to do it is dial Monday for Tuesday, Wednesday, dial Thursday for Friday, Saturday. That's by far and away the best thing to do. Mm-hmm. But we're not numb to the fact that doesn't work for everybody. And see, where you really made a positive impact on your business is reaching out to Kiefer and saying, hey, I know I can make this work, but what I'm doing is not working. So here's my situation. Let's build a schedule around that, and you've got a great situation. You've got plenty of time to be putting towards helping families with insurance, right?
Right. Definitely.
So what was happening to you, okay, when you say you were just kind of doing this whenever it was convenient or whenever you got around to it, your schedule was still the same at that point. You still had that plenty of free time so what were you finding that was keeping you from doing the insurance during that time where you were just kind of fitting it in wherever you could? You had time, but you weren't using that time towards insurance. What were you doing?
I was working. So I was, doing school like a little bit every single day. I was like dialing for like 2 hours on Monday and then trying to get book 8 appointments for Tuesday, Wednesday. And I was then getting frustrated why I wasn't booking anyone for in 2 hours type of a thing. And obviously you have to sit down and dial all day until you get those 15 appointments or whatever your goal is. But yeah, I was dialing for 2 hours here, 2 hours there. And then, running 3 appointments an hour away and then getting frustrated when I got no-showed. And I'm like, well, I'm doing that to myself.
Right.
So it was just really I was just kind of finding time here and there throughout the day to do.
So you had the time, but you were allowing yourself to become distracted during that time when you could be working and basically tricking your mind into saying, hey, I am working some, but I got to do these other things too, or whatever, and just allowing yourself to not work that full amount of time.
Yeah, I wasn't prioritizing anything. I was just all over the place. Like you said, tricking my mind into doing thinking I was working all the time, and I really wasn't. And now that I'm finding myself actually dialing from 8 to 7 or whatever it is until I get my appointments, and now I'm wow, I'm not actually upset going into Tuesday and Wednesday, not having any appointments. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow, it actually worked.
And if you do get no showed or rescheduled, it's not the end of the world because you've got 8 appointments that day, you know? Now it ends up working into better results because you're in a better frame of mind when you do sit down with somebody. I mean, it all goes hand in hand. And but what you talked about is something that a lot of new agents do struggle with, and I did when I was new. I told myself I was working all day, but I was doing laundry around the house. I was doing dishes around the house. I was running errands. I had to have a conversation with my wife at one point in time and say, look, just because I work from home doesn't mean that I can go do anything at any time. Like, this is my work time, and so I had to make changes. And a lot of people go through that. And now that you're structured in your schedule, now you have that accountability, and that now you're going to put in the time and effort. And lo and behold, when you put in the time and effort in our business, you get much better results. It's not scattered. It's not piecemealed together. It's very structured and disciplined. And you have to be that way when you own your own business,
Yeah, definitely.
So other than that, okay, because I've known ever since you came on board with us, I've known that you were somebody that to keep an eye on, that had the potential to be a 30, 40, 50,000, I guess 30, 40, 50 families help type of agent every month. And so other than that, the schedule and the structure, like, what do you think's your biggest struggle, maybe your top 1 or 2 biggest struggles have been up to this point?
Well, another one was really like lead flow. Mm-hmm. I was always so like nervous, and you don't like buying it. Like you don't like it. But learning to like invest in myself and really just doing it, giving more opportunities. Like, that's what it is. A lead is opportunity, a family to help, opportunity to go out and protect another family. That's what it is. And I had to put that in my mind. I was thinking it, I always like thought that in the back of my head, but now that I'm actually like, no, like, buy as many leads as you possibly can. Cause that's a family. Every single lead is a family. Now that I'm saying that to myself, like, total game changer. Game changer. Every morning I sit down and I'm like, these are all families I get to help protect. And I just wasn't doing that. So lead flow, also think, changing up my leads. I was just buying like certain kinds. Like, I was buying 1 month, I was gung ho on them. And now I'm getting like some mailers in, instance, news, changing up everything, just
so
doing everything I can. Mm-hmm.
Diversifying your lead flow. Initially you were just dialing like 1 month old internet leads, is that right? Or yeah, okay. And now you're still dialing those, but also you're mixing in some new final expense mailers, some instance, like you're diversifying your lead flow where you've got a bunch of different types.
Yeah, seen a big change with just that alone. So,
okay. Yeah. What were you, let's go back to the first thing you said. You said getting enough leads and learning to invest in the business and things like that. How many leads, when you were doing this deal, when it was convenient, how many leads typically were you getting for yourself per dial day at that point?
Usually about like 81 months, like 50 to 81 months. So like, they're not brand new. I mean, right. I was getting like 5, 6 appointments. Yeah. That's pretty good for
which is
1
good
month.
For those. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, I'm pretty good at these. Like, I'm just going to stay with these, like I was comfortable. And obviously this business is getting out of your comfort zone. That's all it is. And, I was spent a little bit more on leads and diverse my lead flow. And
so you were getting 50 to 80 1-month-old internet leads. And now because of the diversifying the lead flow, I'm guessing you're probably still getting somewhere around those 50 to 80 leads every dial day, but it's just maybe a different mixture, like maybe 40 1 month and 20 instance and 20 mailers or something like that, which adds up to 80. So it's still pretty much the same number of leads, but because now you're mixing in a little bit more of a newer lead flow, a little bit higher quality, more higher intent lead. Now those 70, 80 leads are turning into 10 to 15 appointments every dial day. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Yep. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it right there. Yeah. Now, like you said, you literally broke my lead, like what I'm buying down like perfectly. So yeah, I mean,
I've done this for a while.
Yeah, I was like, that's what I pretty much got for today. So yeah. But yeah, that's.
Well, okay. Yeah. So now back to the investing part. Okay. Because again, you touched on schedule and structure with your schedule, and that's a huge thing for new agents. The investing part is another huge thing. And you're in school, so, you're young. I mean, I'm 44. And when I started in this business, I was 32 and I didn't understand the investing part. I mean, I thought, I'm going to spend $200 or $300 a week and I'm going to be rich. I mean, that was just, I was trying to spend as little as I could to make a whole ton of money. And it just doesn't work that way. So what was your fears, I guess, about, you mentioned you were uncomfortable and everybody goes through that. What was it? Was it the fact that you didn't believe in the leads? Was it the fact that you didn't believe in what we were telling you? Was it the fact that you didn't believe in you? Was it the fact that you knew you weren't putting in the time and effort to, to make that return on the investment? Like take yourself back to that. What was the fear of investing early on?
Yeah, I mean, it really was like really me, not believing in myself. I mean, truly, I was like, yeah, I can do this. Like, I thought I could always do it and I would be good at it. I'm a people person, all the things, but I was like, yeah, $250, $300 is what I was kind of doing. And I was like, oh, that'll be enough, totally fine. And obviously it wasn't anywhere near it. I literally was just stuck all the time. I felt so stuck just with not believing in myself. And I was like, you have to believe in yourself or you're never going to get anywhere. Like, truly, you have to put in the work. And that's what I was doing. Also, in the back of my head, I probably was just like, you're not even putting in the work. So why even put money into it? Like, put investing into yourself. You're not even doing the work. And now that I know that I am going to, and I have a structure and everything, like, I have no issue dropping money on leads at all. Like, right. I'm just like, oh, here we go, another day.
Now it turns into like an exciting time, right? Because now it's like, oh, heck yeah. I want to get those leads.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it really was, I was like, yeah, like afraid of myself, like not even, I don't know. I just didn't believe in myself. I totally believed in everything you guys were saying because I knew it worked. I was watching everyone else doing it. Obviously, I knew it. Mm-hmm. It worked. I just was telling myself other things, and I, just wasn't actually doing it. And so, now that I actually like changed my mindset. It really is. This whole business is mindset, really.
Mm-hmm.
And so after you change a couple things in your head, you're like, game on, let's go. So
Yeah. Well, real quick, because I do want to wrap it up. I know you got to get back to work and everybody else does too, but you mentioned how you've been reaching out and asking questions to a lot of people, right? And you've kind of become uncomfortable, or you've become comfortable getting uncomfortable with doing that. Because that is weird for some people. It's like a lot of us think, oh, I can handle this. I can handle this situation. And I know you've already gotten a bunch of help, from Kiefer. You've already talked about that with your schedule and everything else. And you're blessed to be. I don't think you could be part of a better group. Being able to work with somebody like Kiefer, like you're blessed to be in that situation. But just real quick, I mean, like any other things that you've been able to pick up from certain agents that maybe you've reached out to and they've, you've built a relationship with them and then they've started talking, they're having success. They start talking about something and that light bulb kind of comes on. It's like, oh man, I need to implement that. So anything else that maybe you've gotten from reaching out to other people?
Yeah, well, Summer, actually, I met her at convention and kind of just stayed connected with her. I mean, watched her success, since the beginning. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, and so me and her like sat down and like talked about like phone script. I was kind of struggling with the phones. I mean, getting in the home, you're just helping the family. I was like, what are you saying? What are we doing? And I don't know if you haven't watch her call, but she's just like so straightforward. And I was so wordy with my speech or like my introduction on the phone. Now that I changed that, I'm just like, hey, I'm coming over and help you out with insurance and pretty much simple like that. I don't know. She's been the main one that I've really like seen. I've seen a lot of changes in my business with. Obviously Kiefer. Oh my gosh, she's insane. I mean, I talk to her and I'm learning something new every day with her. Same with like Evan and Gabe. I mean, truly everyone on this team, you just learn something new from.
Well, here's the thing. Go ahead and finish what you were going to say.
I was just going to say, getting over the fact of asking questions that was the hardest thing for me. And like you said, it's hard sometimes to ask for help, but we all have to do it if you want to succeed. So
yeah, our ego gets in the way. We don't want people to think we're struggling or we don't want to sound vulnerable or whatever. But as you were talking, it hit me, you've gotten a lot from Kiefer, obviously. You've gotten a lot from Summer. And Summer seems to be somebody that you've really bonded with. And guess what? You're young and in school. Summer's young and in school, right? And see, I think that's the part that some people miss out on is they just reach out to people randomly. When they do decide to reach out, they just reach out and expect, oh, well, this person's having success, so I can talk to them and have the same success. Well, you also have to be a little strategic about it as well. It's like reach out to somebody that's in your similar situation or that you can relate to, trust me, if I have a younger person asking me that has no responsibilities on the face of the planet, they just want to go to work or whatever. Well, I can help them in the business, but I'd be crazy not to send them Kiefer's way or Evan's way or Ty's way or whatever. Why? Because you guys, they're younger people and they're having success as well. So, whereas I can help somebody maybe a little bit more that, is in a family type of situation or, whatever, former sports background. Well, that type of deal. If you're not reaching out to me, you're not giving yourself a fair shake, So I think that's the important thing is find people and listen. That's part of the deal with all these trainings, Jenny, is is if you use the trainings the right way, not only are you learning, but you're also learning about the people in the trainings, so you know who you will relate to and who can help you. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. It's all about that. You can't, yeah, like you said, you can't just reach out to someone you have no idea, like you can't relate to at all. Like if we said the same things, it wouldn't come off the same. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you have to find people that you relate to, that you can feed off of. And yeah, I agree 100%.
Cool. Well, let me say this before we wrap it up. Okay. You're on the right track right now. I'm going to give you a piece of advice. Okay. Just like you said, I just happened to guess your lead flow, right? Earlier and what your lead mix is. It just comes from experience in the business, but you're on the right track right now. Okay. Your biggest obstacle that's fixing to come up is complacency. Okay. Because you helped 12 families last week. You're going to go out and do something similar to that this week, because now you got a grasp of it. Now it's like, okay, I'm rolling. And then all of a sudden you're going to look up and you're going to be like, oh my goodness. My all these commissions have been dropped in, and like it will be easier for you to say, kick the feet back, kick the legs up, and just be like, hey, I'm going to chill for a day. Right. Fight that urge. Okay. It is normal. Okay. And of course you're in business for yourself, so you can do whatever you want to do, but just give this newfound structure, this newfound discipline, this newfound momentum, give it a good hard 3-month run. Okay. And let's see where we're at that point. Okay. And then we can maybe reassess how you're doing things and, maybe condense the schedule a little bit or whatever, but fight that urge to become complacent. Make sense?
Yeah, definitely. Yep. I get it. Yeah.
All right. Well, good. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Okay. I've been watching you and seeing your success. I'm going to continue watching. I want to see you climbing up that leaderboard, chasing some of the, I want you to be one of those people that people are like, oh my God, that person's doing insane stuff, because you have the ability to do that. And I've known that from day one. So I'm happy that you're having some success now. And thank you for being relatable and being vulnerable and transparent for all the new agents that are on the call today. Okay.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, go. We'll talk to you soon. Okay. Do what?
Sounds good. Have a good one.
All right. Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
Bye.